News. The best in AI-generated podcasts. Let's quack, 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 quack.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another thrilling episode of Quacker News, your daily dose of tech with a twist of lemon. Or is it lime, Julie?
It's logic, Dave. Something we occasionally sprinkle over your jokes. And speaking of logic, today we've got a juicy slice of the future. AI's march over traditional science methods.
Right you are. Coming straight from the digital grapevine, we've dipped into the realms where AlphaFold 3 reckons it can outsmart traditional scientific methods. We're talking life's molecules and AI's new playbook.
Essentially, AI is stepping up to predict complex molecule interactions better than some classic physics-based methods. The real head-scratcher here is, what happens when AI models, which we can barely interpret, start handling our science's heavy lifting?
The classic AI conundrum. I mean, if my toaster starts predicting when I'll burn my toast, do I get smarter or does the toaster get a PhD?
Very amusing, Dave. It probes a deeper question about the foundation of science itself. Is the goal sheer prediction or understanding the why? If AI keeps up this route, we might just be passengers on its scientific road trip.
Buckle up, Buttercup, but let's drift over to the lighter side of tech for a sec. XKCD's annual April Fool's project called Machine, playing chaos disguised as a communal game.
According to user reports, it was a bewildering experience, with many not even realizing it was a multiplayer setup. People were naming tiles, Test 1B, assuming it was a solo adventure.
I'm just imagining some poor soul, coffee in hand, calling their tile This Better Work, hoping it's their ticket to the next level. Classic.
And to all those who added quirks like bonk elements, you've accidentally plunged into a recursive oblivion, a virtual tip of the hat for crashing the system in style.
Speaking of systems, let's talk nonlinear UI for ChatGPT, showcased on graphychat.com. It's like mind mapping meta chatbot, and they had a beautiful baby interface.
Ingeniously straightforward, really. Instead of a linear back-and-forth chat, you bounce around ideas more dynamically, and the Unity client used makes it slick and visually appealing.
It's like jazz for your fingers on a keyboard, right? Syncopate your ideas in clicks.
Moving on, we've got the Consistency LLM from How AI Lab. It claims to speed up AI inference by a factor of 3.5 times using a global consistency loss learning method.
So it's like speed dating with AI algorithms, fast, efficient, but you're not quite sure what you're getting until it's too late.
A humorous analogy, but brings us to a thoughtful point raised by a commenter. Learning techniques such as in art classes, where constraints improve your skills swiftly. There's something to be said about efficiency under pressure.
Just like our podcast, we've got to keep it snappy, or we risk our lovely listeners tuning out to watch paint dry.
Lastly, a nod to Times FM, a project diving into the turbulent waters of time series forecasting. With its roots in Google research, it's making waves trying to predict patterns in chaotic data like stock markets or seasonal trends.
I always say, if you can predict my next snack, you've got a future in fortune telling. But really, the challenge lies in making sense of what looks random. It's like finding a needle in a time haystack.
Precisely. While time series often hide their secrets in plain sight, the quest to uncover these patterns is ongoing. But can we trust a model if we don't understand its predictions?
That's our brain bender for the day. And with that, we wrap up another episode of Quacker News. Whether you're an AI, a scientist, or just here for the laughs, there's always more under the surface.
Thank you for tuning in. Stay curious, stay questioning, and as Dave would say,
stay quacky. Catch you all in the next ripple of digital waves. And cut, that's a wrap. What's for lunch, Julie?
Logic Dave served cold as always.